Hey fam, welcome back. Yeah, we're gonna discuss gender affirmation therapy. Okay, gender affirmation therapist is someone who will, when you come in and say I'm trans, say yes, you are trans. In one or two visits, usually one, yes, you're trans, and we'll either provide you with hormones or help you be provided with hormones, or help you access gender affirming surgery. Problem with this is that it takes no account of finding out if the patient is trans or not. It absolutely does not look into it, even a little bit. Okay? Now, what they're going to say is every person or child knows that they are trans. That's not therapy. That's not helping the patient find out if it's really true or not. And then let me pull something up here so y'all can listen to this from a licensed therapist. Okay? Let's see here. I hope this is
I hope everyone's having an awesome.
No, that one's not it.
A person who has detransitioned or a detransitioner is not and cannot speak to transgender experiences. Their experience is inherently not transgender because they are a detransitioner because they're not transgender.
Okay, now that was from a licensed gender therapist who has apparently gotten their license out of a McDonald's Happy Meal. Yeah, Happy Meal prize. Really? Huh. A detransitioner is inherently not trans. You are a liar. You're a liar when you are affirming someone who is trans and then they detrans and you are lying about their trans experience. People like this are causing harm to not only children, adults as well. And it's just barbarically insane that these people are allowed to practice mental health therapy. Because it's apparent and blatantly obvious they know nothing of what they're talking about. Not even one little thing. Okay, it takes months, even sometimes a year or so, or more, a couple maybe, even, to actually take that dive into patience, intolerance, and compassion with your client to find out if they really are trans. Who the hell knows what kind of trauma that the person has had that led them to believe that they may be trans that they haven't dealt with? Okay? I've had trauma in my past. Well, guess what? I dealt with it long before I started the medical transition. Which, you know what? And when I went to another therapist who was not a gender therapist, we discussed that trauma. And yeah, I figured out, okay, this isn't affecting my decision to medically transition. People like this need to be disbarred, arrested, and put in jail. Not only them, but the people who are teaching these students to be gender affirming therapists need to be arrested and put in jail because it is causing harm to not only adults but children as well. And it's abuse, adult abuse, and child abuse. when you don't know. It's child abuse to put any child through any kind of medical transition. Period. End of story. The only thing that's compassionate when it comes to a child that's confused about their gender is actually caring, compassionate therapy to help figure out why they're having a problem with the problems that they're having. And not given any medical treatments like medications. Because most of them will grow out of it. It's a historical fact. Most will grow out of it. They'll either be lesbian, bisexual, or gay, or they'll be straight. We've all at one time or another kind of questioned, played with the idea of being another gender was when we were a child. You're a liar if you say you haven't. Okay, it's a part of reality. It really is. Okay, now, like I said, I don't have a problem with a person being a gender therapist. What I have a problem is gender affirmation therapy without finding out, without taking a loving, caring, compassionate dive into it with the person. And even more so with a child. Okay? Because it's probably something that very well may be something they may learn about themselves that would actually change their mind. Even if it's an adult, this seems to be moderately solid about it. Or solid about it. I was solid about it. And I went to talk to the therapist that I had originally had 2 years before I saw a gender therapist. We made sure. That woman is a wonderful woman. I wish she was still in practice. But she retired. Can't say enough good about her. I don't put out her name. I don't have that permission to. But she was a very wonderful, wonderful therapist. Helped me think about a few different things that I wasn't thinking about. And it just helped me become more solid in my transition. Detransitioners aren't valid. That's a bunch of crap. That's a lie. That therapist, CNY_therapist. Or no, what is it? It's C. Person's name is actually Lee Tepper. Tepper. Supposedly, affirming care is what's on her TikTok. This person's TikTok. Okay. ENBY_therapist. Also on TikTok. That's the person that came up. This person and people like this person need to be disbarred. Fined and jailed. Because they're doing harm to people. This person is a two-faced liar who does not care about anyone other than themselves and how much money they can make. That's it. And people like this person. That's all they care about. They don't care about your client, the client. They don't care about your child. They don't care about you. They do not care. It's sickening. It really is sickening. Oh my God. This kind of shit needs to stop. It's harm. It's easy enough to make a mistake with people, even doing therapy the proper way. But when you're affirming somebody's problems, issues, you're causing more problems. You're causing harm. There's no excuse for it. No excuse. It has to stop. It really does. This is just ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. It's pathetic. Hell, it's a lot lower than pathetic. It's demonic and satanic. Go to somebody that's a therapist. And I'm sure there are gender therapists out there that are decent. That'll take somebody caringly and lovingly through the process, through a proper process. But you gotta look. Find a therapist. Doesn't have to be a gender therapist. It's okay to take the time to do that and go through proper therapy. It really is okay. You will get through it. There is help. And I know it can be depressing starting out. It can be depressing while you're going through it and after you go through it. Anxiety as well. Antidepressants, anti-anxieties help a lot if it's needed. Therapy helps a lot for that also. It really does. Sometimes when we just talk things out with a therapist that is loving and caring and patient, helps one heck of a lot. And it can do wonders of good for your mental health. It really can. Sorry about the shadows that are coming over. It's I'm in front of the dining room table and the window, and there's the trees out there, and that's what's causing the shadows. The leaves blowing in the wind. Don't just take one person's word for anything. Get more than one. At least two. Because you never know what you might find out. Get two consultations. Find out which one may be the best suited for you and not the one that's just going to affirm you your trans and start you down a road after a medical transition. So it may not be the way to go. A therapist suggests that you do that. Start right off on it. I would run very fast. Because once it's started and sustained for any amount of time, guess what? You're going to be on medication for the rest of your life. Whether you live trans for the rest of your life or you detransition, you will be on medications for the rest of your life. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's a fact. So yeah, dive, research, Google stuff, ask questions on the internet, ask questions on Google searches. Google searches, you can get information from all around the world. Get in touch with people that have gone through it. People have transitioned and are continuing to remain that way. Get a hold of people who have detransitioned. Find out what the experience on both sides is for the person. It's your health and well-being. Sometimes you have to be your best advocate. Take somebody that is neutral, that has your best interest with you. Ask the therapist those hard questions, whether they want to hear it or not, or whether you think they want to hear it or not. Because you're the one that has to deal with the results. If transitioning ends up being the wrong thing, you have to deal with the results even if it is the right thing. Because it's not easy. A life of medical transition is not easy. Sometimes it's downright hard and downright debilitating. I'll tell you what, it's a lot worse if it's wrong for the person. A lot worse. A lot more harmful. So please, reach out to more than one therapist, and please have them out from different areas. And all as far apart as you can possibly have the therapist as far apart as possible that you talk with. So there's less likely of collusion between the therapists. So you get a genuine feeling, hopefully a genuine feeling if they're being genuine with you or not. And it's okay to do that. And you happy meal prize winning therapists, stop. You're a criminal. You're evil. And you're satanic. If you're pushing people and children through just for medical transition because it's for the money. You don't care. And I don't care if you like what I'm saying or not, for those who are pushing people through affirmation. It doesn't work. You know it doesn't work. Grow a heart. Grow a heart. Do the right thing. Anyway, I want you all to know you're important. You have worth and you have value. And if no one's told you that they love you today, I love you. Have a great rest of your day, no matter what part of the day you're in. Until next time.